Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Celeb Factor. Here are friends, the most shocking things Ross ever did. Number 10, Ross didn't like the male nanny. In season 9 episode, the one with the male nanny, Ross and Rachel interview several candidates to be Emma's nanny. Ross is appalled when a man, Sandy, shows up for the position. He can't wrap his head around the fact that Sandy's a male nanny playing into outdated and gendered stereotypes. However, Rachel convinces Ross to hire him because he's so good with Emma. Indeed, Sandy's excellent at his job, but regardless, Ross wants to fire him, and this narrow-mindedness shocks fans. Number 9, Ross's memorial service. Throughout the series, several characters celebrated their birthdays and got married. However, Ross is the only one to attend his own memorial service. In the season 9 episode, the one with the memorial service, Ross and Chandler take pranking each other a bit far. After going back and forth, Chandler posts on their college alumni site that Ross died, and Ross is devastated when nobody comments on his passing. Therefore, he throws himself a memorial service to see how many people mourn him. Ross hides in the bedroom and is elated when his college crush shows up. Of course, he immediately reveals that he's alive and she leaves in disgust. It's really quite shocking behavior and crosses many lines.
What? You mean...
Number 8, Ross didn't get an annulment. Ross and Rachel's relationship has had many twists and turns. However, Ross had two major surprises in him this time around. In the season 5 episode, the one in Vegas, Ross and Rachel have a wild night and get married as a joke. Later, Rachel wants an annulment, but Ross doesn't want another failed marriage, so therefore he doesn't get it annulled and lies to Rachel. Ross continues to lie to her for several episodes, and he wasn't going to tell her, but she found out the truth. This was a shocking lie for Ross to tell someone so close to him.
I'm shocked to my very core.
Number 7, Ross and Chandler's mom. Ross and Chandler became best friends in college and remained close after graduating. They even bonded with each other's families. Shockingly, Ross gets too close to Chandler's mom in a different way. In the season 1 episode, the one with Mrs. Bing, Nora Bing visits Chandler and his friends, and during dinner, Ross becomes upset because Rachel brings Paulo. Nora tries to comfort Ross and they end up kissing, and Joey points out that Ross broke the sacred code of never kissing a best friend's mom. Chandler's furious with Ross for quite some time, and it's pretty unexpected that Ross would kiss his best friend's mom out in the open.
What did I ask?
Number 6, he tried to scare Rachel and Phoebe. Ross often bragged about his extraordinary karate abilities. However, his skills didn't help him with Rachel and Phoebe. In the season 6 episode, the one with Unagi, Rachel and Phoebe take a self-defense class. However, Ross mocks them and mentions his superior karate background. Ross even hid and scared them to prove they're not as skilled as he is. However, they got him back and he was embarrassed. Of course, the instructor is appalled at the idea. Later, Ross tries to sneak up on them again, but it ends up being two different women, and fans were shocked that Ross would stoop so low for his pride.
That heart tattooed on your hip. Go!
Number 5, raising and forgetting Ben. For the first few seasons, Ross's life revolved around falling in love with Rachel and raising his son Ben. Ross formed a close relationship with his son and spent a lot of time with him. Later, however, Ben suddenly disappears from the show and Ross's life, and he seems to forget about his son. Ross mentions him a few times, but shockingly pays him very little attention, and instead focuses all attention on his daughter Emma.
I would say certainly helps.
Number 4, we were on a break. Ross and Rachel finally became a couple during the second season, but their happiness is short-lived. During season 3, Ross and Rachel begin to have problems because of Ross's jealousy. In the episode, the one where Ross and Rachel take a break, the fighting and jealousy becomes too much for Rachel to handle. She feels she needs a break, but Ross assumes the relationship is over, so Ross wastes no time and finds another date. Rachel did say she needed a break, but Ross moved on too quick. And of course, this resulted in Ross yelling, "We're on a break."
Wishing you were with me.
Oh, no, don't you worry about me falling asleep. I still have your letter!
And hey!
Number 3, kissing Monica. The series often featured flashback episodes showing Ross, Chandler, Monica, and Rachel in their high school and college years. These episodes sometimes reveal new information about their pasts. For instance, Ross shared an intimate kiss with every character, including his sister. In the season 10 episode, the one where the stripper cries, Ross and Chandler attend their college reunion and reminisce about a party in 1987. At the party, Ross believed he kissed Rachel for the first time, and Monica also remembers an encounter with her midnight mystery kisser at the same party. It turns out they kissed each other. It was a shock to discover. Number 2, Ross and his cousin. Ross made some questionable choices throughout his life. However, making a move on his attractive cousin is one of the most shocking. In the season 7 episode, the one with Ross and Monica's cousin, Cassie visits her cousins living in New York. Cassie briefly stays with Ross when Chandler can't stop staring at her. However, Ross ends up being very attracted to her as well, and while watching a movie, Ross assumes Cassie's flirting with him. He gives it very little thought and attempts to kiss his cousin, and of course, gets rejected. Number 1. Ross said Rachel's name. The season 4 finale, the one with Ross's wedding, features one of the most unexpected moments in the show. First, Ross and Emily surprised everyone when they decided to get married after knowing each other for 6 weeks. Of course, nothing stops Ross messing with the wedding vows, and during the vows, Ross famously said Rachel's name instead of Emily. The iconic season finale stunned the other characters and fans across the globe. Ross saying Rachel's name is one of the most famous cliffhangers on Friends. But this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.